Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to Lata Smart Thoughts. So, online classes are rigorously going on in the education system, and teachers, of course, they have made a great effort to shift into the modern digital teaching, and we are using many tools to make the online classes quite interesting. And still, there are certain challenges which we are facing as an educators. That is, engaging a child in an online class. Virtual engagement of a child is one of the biggest challenge what we are facing. So to overcome this, I want to have a small video on the top tools of online classes. Here I'll be discussing different tools which makes our online classes more virtually engaged and quite interesting. So let me take a walkthrough to the tools of online communication or class conduction. So other than our verbal communication, these tools will help us to make our class even more effective and interesting. Let's see. So now let me take through the important tools which can be used for online classes. All the tools what I'm going to discuss today in this video are free of cost. We can download into any device, let it be laptop, desktop or mobile. All that we need is just good internet access or connectivity, that's all. So these can be downloaded and can be effectively used in the online classes. So let me start with first few important points which we need to bear in mind before selecting the tools. Number one is we need to have a plan for the real-time interaction. So we have to divide our time in the class. How much time can we do the presentation or application of the app can be used, and how much time can we give to the children to interact with us. And whether it is one-to-one interaction or it is group discussion, how to conduct group discussion in online also you should know. Next is you have to think of maximum involvement of the students. Only then the purpose of using a communication tool in the online classes will be served. So there are number of multiple tools for communication, but we should be wise enough to choose the appropriate tool to the content what we are using or the subject what we are dealing with, and also whether we are using for assessment or some assignment or to engage the class. So based on that we should select our tool, and we should have a proper plan around the tool, that when it is to be used, how it is to be used. These are the few inputs which we should have in mind before using any tool in the online classes for making the class more interactive and engaging completely. So to start with, I shall start with Kahoot. Kahoot is a cloud-based quiz platform. It's a software application which is ideal for students and teachers, and most of you would have known it is very widely used across the globe in the online education. Teachers can create an account from any device, any location with a normal internet connection, and can make the Kahoots. Questions with multiple choices can be created and can be used in a game mode. And when you are preparing your questions, we can integrate rich media like images, videos, audio links especially can be integrated into the Kahoots and can be used with any third-party application like Zoom or Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, as on. This is a time-based quiz, and you can even turn off when you wish the students to return back to you immediately. Teachers can immediately see or review the results in the analytics from the game reports, and they can use even that performance for the formative assessments too. So this about Kahoot we can talk. Maybe I will give another video with all the details of Kahoot, different types of Kahoots, blind Kahoots and all, so that you can use it to the maximum use. But for any subject, if you wish to have the children interact much enthusiastically in your classes, you can go with Kahoot, which is one ideal option. Next, let me take the quizzes. Quizzes is also a gamified software application where teachers can prepare questions and give to the children. They will immediately answer and give us. The difference between Kahoot and quizzes is Kahoot is a teacher directed program, whereas quizzes is a student directed program. So when the teacher frames her question paper or his question paper, every child can see on his device in quizzes. So they will see on their device and they will answer, and here also complete visual representation of the student's performance will be seen on the screen by the teacher simultaneously, and the teacher can compile it into a spreadsheet and can definitely analyze the strength and weakness of a student. So quizzes is also one tool which can be used like a gaming tool in the online classes, where we can use for all the subjects. It is the creativity of the teacher or the research of the teacher to prepare the questions and make them more interesting and easily answerable by the students. But the involvement makes children to feel funny and learn with interest. Next comes PHET. PHET or PHET is actually the acronym of Physics in Educational Technology. But now the acronym is limited as the scope has been increased, and we are now using for mathematics and sciences in PHET. Here the interesting feature is in this website, if you see, many tested and evaluated interactive simulations are kept. Subjects, especially sciences, physics, chemistry, biology. When we want to conduct some experiments virtually, we can select the content and present into our classroom. The simulations can be given as a minimum inputs to the children. Children can explore by doing the experiment on the screen, and many open-ended questions with logical reasoning and thinking will be answered. They do enjoy a lot while doing the experiments. Here they have many measuring instruments like rulers, stopwatches, voltmeters, etc. to use, and they will be using the graphics and intuitive controls such as click and drag manipulations, radio buttons, sliders. So when they are doing the experiment on their own on the virtual screen, they involve and they will be seeing the changes happening, and they definitely start appreciating the scientific knowledge, and that inquisitiveness also grows along with it. Especially science and maths teachers in high school can definitely use PeerChat as a very important tool which creates awareness among the students and also involves them into the class like in a physical classroom or in a laboratory environment. It is purely interactive simulations and they can very well involve in them. Next coming is ClassKick. ClassKick is one important tool which can be mainly used or focused for assessments, especially when we are doing the formative assessments and so on. Teachers can pick ClassKick as one important tool. Here, like let us all work together is the motto of ClassKick. We teachers prepare the assignment and they share with the students. Simultaneously, all the students will be working with their own devices. Teacher will be viewing completely, and sometimes when a teacher wants the child to perform in a specific mode, she can give the instructions. Here the children can even take the peer help when it is a group activity, something can take the peer help, or anonymously they can take the help from teacher, and teacher can view the performance on the screen, and wherever she feels her assistance is required, immediately she can address everything. So this is like a transparent way of conducting examinations, and this can be very much used in the formative assessments and the best tool for testing. Next we have Padlet. Padlet, in a word to say, it's like a virtual notice board. It is like a virtual notice board for us where the students and teachers together can work. Padlet is a digital tool that can help beyond offering a single place for a notice board. It's a basic use. The digital notice board is able to feature images, links, videos, documents, and all are collated on a wall that can be made public or private. The teacher and students together want it to be a public, they can post it, or if they want exclusively to keep for their own class, they can keep it private. So what is the use of this Padlet? Padlet, for example, when teacher wants to do some brainstorming or an ice-breaking session, she can ask every child to pin his or her idea on the Padlet. They will give their contributions. Or when we want to generate a question bank, a live question bank in the classroom after discussing a lesson. So each child can contribute one question and pin it on the Padlet so that that can be used by the teacher for the further use. And that is all displayed there so that every child will enjoy his contribution. And particularly when we want to create digital portfolios, even during that portfolio also, teacher can display all the portfolios on this Padlet. So that is a major use of Padlet for a interactive purpose and more sort of grabbing attention from the students. Next we have group discussion. Actually group discussion is not a tool as such, but why I have placed here is when we were talking about this other app usage, certain times we can give it as a group activity. How can children do group activity in online is one question from many of the educators. It is such simple that when we are generating links, we can have some breakout rooms. We can create individual links for 4 students or 5 students. Teacher can decide and divide the students into groups, and those particular group of students can be provided with one link with the time option. So you will give for 10 minutes. So you will give the links to the students and each group will join into that particular link. Those are called breakout rooms. So into the breakout rooms they join, they discuss, and once the timer is off, they automatically get connected to the main class and they come out with their discussions. So this is one beautiful way of conducting group discussion in online. When you are using all the above apps, this technique will be used. So I have placed that also here. Then let us go for Nearpod. Nearpod is also one online tool. Till now we were seeing all sort of objective question modes, but Nearpod is something where subjective questions also can be given to the students. They can write the answers very well. Nearpod allows teachers to create original interactive presentations with extensive standards aligned, and teacher can give open-ended questions where a response can be typed or published, and that can be seen by the teachers. And children also can see the peer responses. Once again they can review their own response also. So this is another tool which can be used mainly to get subjective responses back. And along with, lastly, I would like to mention even Mentimeter, which is one similar interactive presentation with its own benefits. I think you can see my previous video if you want all the details about Mentimeter. So these are some important tools which every teacher can try and make the online classes more comfortable and more interesting sometimes than the traditional way. Incorporation of these tools into our regular classrooms in the online classes will make our task a bit easy and quite effective. Thank you very much, and if you wish to hear such more videos or content from me, please do subscribe, share and like my videos. Thank you.